Any pretense of diplomacy is now no more than clouds on the wind. Civil war engulfs the land. The forces loyal to the Tokugawa shogunate have been pushed back to Osaka Castle. The Satsuma and Choshu clans, led by Saigo Takamori, march on Osaka, ready for battle.
Alright, here we go. Follow the Samurai Historical Battle number 2. The Siege of Osaka Castle. Defeat by the Satsuma and Choshu left the shogun reeling. Rather than lead his army, Tokugawa Yoshinobu fled after seeing the emperor's banner flying above his enemy's ranks. His men were braver and took a stand at Osaka, ready to fight to the last man if necessary. Okay, so this is the second battle after the field battle at the start that was like a wave defense thing. This one though, you're on the offensive and it's a lot more slow, which means of course there's a lot more opportunity to make the most of it and meticulously finesse the whole thing by exploiting the AI among other things. So that's what this one's going to be. Here we go. So yeah, this one's going to be really slow. Whenever I'm doing these battles, I'm always trying to get an outcome that is beyond the norm, out of the ordinary. And I'm not sure if there are unique opportunities you can take here. Like, you're quite restrained. There's only really one way to go. You can't go right, you have to go left. So I just take it as it's intended and fight each engagement. It's still like a wave scenario. You do get attacked in waves. Also, I love this soundtrack, Order the Rising Sun. This is from the original Shogun, 1999-2000. Over 2 decades old. Another thing Modern Total War is missing, good soundtrack. February 2nd, 1868, Osaka.
Only a few days have passed since war broke out at Toba-Fushimi.
I always think Toba catastrophe when I hear Toba.
Saigo Takamori and his imperial army are marching against the Tokugawa shogun himself.
What a boss.
Tokugawa Yoshinobu's seat is Osaka Castle, a formidable fortress surrounded by water.
And it's impassable, almost all of it.
The scattered Tokugawa loyalists have regrouped here. They defend the town and castle in great numbers.
Yep, massively outnumbered.
Takamori's scouts report that shogunate troops have been spotted moving large amounts of gunpowder.
That's the gimmick for this mission scenario.
The activity seems to be centered on the wall towers of the castle. Perhaps they are storing it there.
Yep, just wait. Just wait.
The scouts also report that Tokugawa Yoshinobu himself has fled by ship. The shogun will have to watch his castle burn. Defeat the shogunate army, capture Osaka Castle, and burn it as a demonstration of the emperor's wrath.
Oh yeah. Alright, post-commentary time.
The road to Osaka Castle is likely to claim it for the emperor.
Yep, so the plan here is to get all my infantry into the trees out the fight, get my sharpshooters involved, get my 2 groups of elite infantry in position, get everything in guard mode so it fires even if it's in melee, get the Armstrongs up to the front so they can help because there's an initial wave here that we have to deal with. Yep, so I want these sharpshooters in the tree line, and then I want to set up a bit of a concave here while my cavalry unit, Takamori, draws them in, throws them off. I want that tree line here as well. When you fire from trees, not only can you ambush as a hidden unit, but you take less damage, so it's soft cover, well, hard cover, partial hard cover. Yep, so I'm trying to get them on the hook here, and I've already got the concave shape that I want more or less planned out, and I've got my Armstrongs starting to fire already. Come on. Yep, so they're blobbed there, there's 2 units blobbed, that's 2 units of line infantry. I need to get my sharpshooters further forward because they're really far away and we've gotten them on the hook really well. They're going to have to go around this building, which is what I'm counting on, because that makes it harder for them to form up and present a frontage. So they're going to have less opportunity for frontage while we have loads, and we have trees. And yeah, there's my sharpshooters already getting ready to shoot. I'm a kneel fire. I should mention I have 4 elite units of infantry and they can all kneel fire. This one is not even stretched out properly, which is not great. Just in time. Look at that L-shaped ambush. See when a game has proper guns, like this one, unlike shitty Warhammer, an L-shaped ambush is what you want, because otherwise there's friendly fire. We could achieve a full surround here. Look at that unit already withered down to wavering, half strength. And it's gone. That's one unit gone. A unit of line infantry. That's one of the... Oh, and look at that, I'm getting enfiladed through my ranks as well. So that's more evidence that the game has actual guns that work like guns should. When you have friendly fire that happens behind. See that? 3 units, 3 men dead in that bodyguard, because the guns actually work like guns. And the player can use that as well. It doesn't just happen by accident, you can plan for it. And you'll see opportunities that I'll get to do that. Yep, so I'm rushing for the walls here. I sent my medium infantry, that's what I would call those. Something like levy infantry I would call light infantry, but these are mediums. That's black bear and white bear. So they're not elite. They can't kneel fire, for example, as well. That's really important. But they do have their strengths. There are situations where they're almost as good as elite infantry. So I'm trying to use them like that. And I'm already setting up for the next stage. That was the initial wave. I took how many losses? 12, 13, 14, 15. So I killed 600 more or less, if you include the shattered men running, of which there's very few, to lose 15. So that's a KD of 40. That's a really solid KD already. That's a good start. Especially seeing as that's one of the more spontaneous engagements that you can't really control as much. Yep. Nearly 100, making it away. Yep, so I'm taking these fences. This is something Fall of the Samurai added that you don't really get much opportunity to use. It's more historical battles and stuff like that where you can actually use this. But you do have buildings in the campaign that appear on some of the battle maps that have this. It was a feature that they didn't really use much, and I suspect part of why might be the AI isn't really good at utilising it properly. So I'm going to beat them to these fences, because they are trying to get to the fences I'm going for, because they're trying to hold the position against me on this side. But that's foolish, because I'm already here and I'm using suppressing fire. And they are caught out now. They are totally caught out. Already taking massive losses. Both units are taking losses and they're demoralised. And this is the workshop, this is the first capturable. The plan here is to get the archery dojo and get infinite ammo for the Armstrongs. Alright, so this one is maybe going to make it through, is it? Nah. Too much. Too many casualties in a short period. They're not making it. Alright, and also they've taken the wrong side of these fortifications here. The wrong fucking side. They're facing the wrong way. This is what I mean about AI. They're not using these game systems properly. Alright, so now I want to get my sharpshooters forward to help get my elite infantry over, because they're already coming with the next wave. Alright, so that unit is pretty much done. They've got line infantry coming across the bridge, so I can use that again. They're not going to be able to form up. And also there's a river as well that they can't really use. And I need to take these firing positions to deal with this Yarikachi that's coming up from the riverbed. Alright, here we go. This Yarikachi has to be killed fast. Kihitai. Yep, that's one of the 4. I've got 2 Kihitai. Then I've got an Imperial Guard that I can... Yeah, this is a solid firing position. 2 units having their firepower brought to bear. But that one's the priority, the Yarikachi, so I'm redirecting their fire towards that. The line infantry are not going to get to form up in time. I need to get the Yarikachi dealt with as a priority. I've even got supporting fire from behind. Yeah, they're broken. Devastating elite infantry firepower. I only took a few losses there, maybe almost none. And then there's line infantry here that have not formed up. And we're going to have time to engage to deal with them as well. Especially in kneel fire. devastating Neilfire, my god. And I'm gonna get my black bears and white bears forward. And they are in a depression, so they're not gonna be able to return fire properly. Try to see if they can shoot, and they can't. I need to reform them, get them ready to fire. Yep, so I've got immense firepower ready for these. They might get a few shots off, but it's going to be nothing. It's going to do almost no damage. Alright, they're killing really slowly. That's 1 casualty. 2 casualties. So far they're doing alright, which is not great. 3 casualties I've taken. 4, 5, 6. I'm pulling them back. They're taking fire without dealing any damage in return. And we've already got 2 units that can absolutely demolish these. And you can see we're firing through the environment here. Broken. There we go. So we've already made it past the workshop. And now there's a river bed that I want to use. Because we're going to get attacked by even more, and I want to have that concentration of fire. Bringing my Armstrongs forward now. I need to get my sharpshooters in position. Yep, Shogatai. So now I'm just waiting on my Armstrongs. But I also need to do something with Armstrong still, you'll see. Yeah, I'm forming up. So I'm going to have 4 solid units of guns in position. I need to get them out into the open. Fast forwarding now. So this is a bit of a lull. We've defeated all of the initial waves of attackers and the waves that we brought on by taking the workshop. So now I need to get ready for the next stage. Also, Armstrongs can really bug out in this. It's really annoying. They're really, really finicky. It's really pain in the ass. I could have manually fired this shot. I probably should have done that. It's a missed opportunity. I could have manually fired for the towers. It would make sense as well, because it would guarantee only 1 shot gets fired. Just wait. They're storing gunpowder in the forts. Just wait. And the towers. Just wait. Alright, here we go. That's it, you ram that breach. Way wide. What the hell was that? My god. Can't even line it up. Direct hits.
Hold position.
Boom.
My lord, we hit a gunpowder store. The defenders must flee from the castle.
So all the walls in the gate start burning, and they're trapped now. So they have to run out. So here they come, and I'm already formed up, because I expect this, of course. This is really an optimised run. I know all the things that happen. Oh my god, yep. Look at those physics. Come on! Hahaha, yep. There it is. And they don't even know how to come out. Look at that. They're in complete disarray. Oh, if only that was a little bit higher. Yep, so they're trickling across the bridge. They've been absolutely pummeled by those Armstrongs. That's really good Armstrong use. And they're already really demoralised and damaged. And then my waypointed general, Takamori. Alright, I need to properly fix these lines. Neilfire. I'm ready, I'm set up. That's 2 elite units of infantry with 2 medium units. That should suffice. And these units are already really weakened, so they should rout. There is some elite infantry over there, but we should have it handled. Firepower's enough. Alright, so here I am again using the buildings to break line of sight. And I want to help with my Armstrongs, but they're out of range. Just about in range now. Yep, so I need to keep breaking line of sight. Yep, so they're just barely in range now, so I can fire at the ground. And my elite infantry at the tower have just about mopped everything up. Yeah, line of sight. Haha, direct hits. And perfect, we've got our guns opening up on the left. So we're defeating them some at a time, which is what we want. Shogatai is going for a general, which is what I want as well, but that's really risky. It's a solid play. Oh, and the Armstrongs are helping. This is so perfect. Guns are focusing on the Shogatai, which are the priority at the moment. I'm really getting stressed out here. So that's a couple of losses I took trying to kite that there, and that's well worth it. My god. And just like that, 3 units absolutely annihilated. That was textbook. 3 units just wiped. Armstrongs, guns, cavalry kiting. Perfect. Alright, so there's a general that I can deal with now with artillery because we're in position. We have the angle on that. And that's the last time we'll have that angle, so I'm going to try and use that angle. Make the most of it. Take out the general. That might help demoralise units that are on outer walls. Make them easier to rout later on. And already the Armstrongs are doing damage. And they've got reinforcements that have come in and have taken positions facing me on the walls, which is really annoying. It's really hard to dislodge these. You need artillery firing at them to try and get them to come off, because their AI behaviour does tell them to do that. But let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. There is a serious weakness that these units have when they're in these positions, which is that they can't turn to properly face. So even though they are extremely formidable head-on, which is the whole point, they are easily flanked because of course they can't rotate. They're restricted by their firing cone, which is basically locked, so you can really exploit that, especially when you have terrain like this. You can use hills to break line of sight, you can go through depressions to get angles, you can use buildings to break line of sight and get in close and take devastating lethal angles on them. So that's what I'm trying here. So I'm trying to use this street to fire at them from the side, because they have a really good position covering the front if I try and flank further. But I'm still going to send units to take that flank, because it's something that will be useful. They can't cover all their angles all the time, and if I need to, I can bring my Armstrongs to help and make weaknesses. Bring my general up as well. Almost killed the bodyguard, and we're getting low on ammo. That's why we need the archery dojo. Trying to get these to fire, which they should be able to do. They absolutely should be able to fire. Something I was thinking is that the AI could easily be helped by just having the guys on the edges of units being able to shoot outside of the cone. The cone shouldn't apply to every single man at all times. It's a bit absurd. Like, see those guys right on the end? They should be firing at me right there, but they're just not. Wow, we just watched them die. Doomed. And then I'm going to fire at that wall as well. Because if I break the wall section, all the guys on it die, so I need to do that while I've got that angle on the wall. And this might take a while, but I'm doing damage to dislodge these, which is exactly what we need. So that's going to take another 2.5 salvos against that wall section, and then it'll break it. Meanwhile, my units are tired, taking a flanking position, they're really tired. And the sharpshooters are crouch, hide, walking through the trees, my sharpshooters. And that's an important unit as well. I can dislodge units that are on walls with sharpshooters. But you can only do one task like that at a time, because sharpshooters will only have one unit of it. And that's it. We just took out the wall section, so I'm limbering up and I'm going to start making my way over here. Yep, so they've taken another position. And it is favourable because it means I can fire at them from here and they can't do anything about it because they're facing the complete wrong way. So we managed to dislodge them. Oh, they're moving now. Shit. See that? They just moved off the position they had and took a more sensible position. Man, that's annoying. And I don't notice that in time. And I take... how many losses is that? Like 4 or 5? 5. Yeah, see, this is really annoying. Oh, this is finicky. So I need to bring my Armstrongs forward. I need them to fire at them to get them off. Alright, I'm going to try and work something on this side now. That's the plan next, to try and get shots here, because I think I remembered that they don't shoot as you're coming up here. So I'm trying to use that, but I don't have sharpshooters here right now. That would help. So I'm trying to get an angle on them where I can shoot them, but they can't shoot me, but it's really ambitious.
Forward, man!
Trying to just get them into range so they can do something.
Moving forward, my lord! Ready yourselves!
Nah, it's not happening. Any further and it's just guaranteed they're going to shoot back, so I'm not up for that. Yeah, I'm pulling out. That was a nice try though, that was a good try. Yeah, it's down to the sharpshooters. I need to get an angle here. So I'm going to bring them around the building and try and shoot into the unit on the right. That seems like the best avenue here. It's a difficult situation. You can see how difficult this is. You can't outrange them unless you have sharpshooters, and you need to have an angle to shoot. And the buildings make that a problem. I accidentally suppressed there because I don't have the right bind setup that I'm used to at the moment. Alright, come on, shoot. Yeah, there we go. So we're doing some damage to those units. It might take a long time, but that will give my artillery a chance to move up. Yep, so we're plinking away at them. And that's the only thing I can do over there at the moment. That's all I can do. Thankfully I have enough ammo for this. Alright, and now I've got a problem here where my artillery is starting to bug out and it isn't letting me set up exactly how I want to. It's restricting where I can place. This is one of the finicky bugs that you get in this mission. It's annoying as hell. So I'm just telling them to stop, and then I'm going to try and wait until that fixes itself or goes away. All I can do. See, it's not even letting me cross the bridge now, for some reason. So I've got to just wait. Yep, so I'm just going to position as well as I can to shoot. And then I'll go back and deal with that later. But I noticed that these have moved. That's given me an opening, so they've now taken a position to... They've tried to get out of the fire that's coming in from the sharpshooters. So they've moved further back, which means I can now fire at that unit on the left. And then I can advance through here and fire at them with another unit instead. So when you finick these opportunities, you can do everything you want to, it's just finicky. So now I'm bringing fire down on both units. And my artillery fixed itself. All this finicky shit. Yep, so I need to keep getting in range and firing.
Engage the enemy! Attack! Engage the enemy!
See how they're not shooting, they're just moving forward. They were about to shoot there and I stopped them. Yep, so it's working now. So I'm going to stretch them out, do as much damage as I can in as short a time as possible. This unit's taking a lot of damage. That's what we need. Alright, so that's more or less the final position for Armstrongs. We can fire all the targets we need to deal with, like this. So this unit on the left is wavering, it's going to rout. Levy infantry, it's facing the wrong way, I noticed. So I can get these into position to fire at it. And that should rout it. Black Bear's taking forever. Because they're facing the wrong way, I'm trying to be aggressive and get that devastating volley that will rout these, which should be possible because I've got Neofire. So I'm going to try and just break them with one devastating volley. And it does it. Gotta love those elite infantry units with their Neofire, especially when units are shaken. It's usually enough. Alright, so this is the second unit about to go as well. And then we have one last unit, which I have all the angles on now. So we should be able to deal with this situation now. We have enough angles, and we have sharpshooters in position. We need to bring these units forward with waypoints so they don't take fire from the towers, from the manned walls. Which isn't a problem actually, because it's just Shogatai. Alright, so now I'm bringing the Kihitai forward to try and get shots into this protruding angle. So I'll get them in position, Neofire them. And this is taking forever, my god. That's a unit of light infantry though, so it's going to do a lot of damage if it gets to fire at me, so I need to be careful about it. This Levy unit though is a totally different story. Yep, so I've got both units dealt with now. We're hanging on. Armstrongs are across the bridge. So it's going well. And yeah, this is taking ages, but it's happening. And you notice every time they do a bit of damage, they have to move forward to get into range of the guys that are left. So they kill the guys that are in range and then they move forward and keep doing that. It's an interesting behaviour that you don't usually see. Sometimes in sieges when they're on walls, you see that stuff. And yeah, they're about to go. Quarter strength, any second. Yeah, I need my sharpshooters to help with this last corner. But I don't think they can because the terrain, it's sloped. Come on, they should rout any... yeah, there we go. Oh, that took forever. I don't want to move my Kihitai forward. It's dangerous. And my sharpshooters can't shoot because of the terrain. They're wasting their ammo on a unit that's shattered. And that was weird there, some of my guys ran forward. Yeah, this is dodgy. So I need to approach from the edges and just attrition them down from the ideal angles. See how my sharpshooters can't do anything because they have the fences blocking everything. Oh, that was scary. So I'm creeping forward a little bit again. Man, it's facing two directions at the same time. See this? How it's on the corner? So I need to be really careful. Just barely be in range each time. But that's a good volley going out there, that'll help a lot. Man, it really does cover two angles at the same time when it's on these corners like this. But there it goes, Wavering. Should rout in a second. Come on, fire. Creep forward a little bit more. And that enfilade will help a lot. along the length of it. Yeah, there we go. Finally dislodged everything, and the Armstrongs are just in time. This is how you take no losses in an engagement. Well, I did take a couple, or 5 guys, I think it was. Armstrongs are getting close and they've still not routed. My god. Taking forever. Yep, so I'm bringing all my last units forward. There we go. Fucking hell. That took so long, holy shit. Yep, so I'm trying to line them up just in front of all of the obstacles. Don't want any friendly fire, so I'm pushing all these units forward. That unit's holding fire, so it's not shooting. Alright, next problem is a cavalry ambush. They just come out of the trees, 3 units I think. Yariki, Saber Cavalry and Revolver Cavalry. And they are... The Revolver Cavalry especially can do a lot of damage. Give it any opportunity to do damage to you and it can really mess you up. So now my ammo is recharging. Or it will be when we capture that. And then we've got a bug here, see this? Like, I can't move, I can't unlimber properly, like... If I unlimber right now I'll regret it, because this unit, this one, look, there's the guy that was causing the hold up, see that? Look at that shit. These artillery bugs, my god. It's already finicky, artillery pieces. Like, you see units that are basically immortal, because the horse itself gets shot at and it just sponges all the bullets and just keeps marching around. So it's already really finicky in Fall of the Samurai in general, and buggy. But then in historical battles, my god. Something else altogether, it's really bad. Yep, so the ammo's recharged on Armstrongs. Already full ammo. So I need to unlimber that and have it firing for the rest of the fight. And now I'm getting ready for this cavalry charge. So I've got my bear infantry in reserve. Still taking light losses after doing all this. Balance of power is almost even at this point. Kihitai is still reloading. Yep, so we're going to fire at the units at the back. Because we have a plan for these. You probably guessed what we're going to do with this promenade. This external readout. You've seen the trick once already. Yep, nail fire, sharpshooters as well, getting ready to shoot. So now the bait starts. And they've recharged enough, I'm confident now. And we've been firing at that unit, damaged the walls, done some damage. Yep, very nice. Good shots. I love it when it goes right past the camera. Look at all those corpses strewn. Good line of sight. Yeah, we need to bait them now, we're set up, we're ready. And I think about that again, because I remember there's guys on the walls that'll be able to shoot, so I cancel that. To the war. And again, I think. There's 2 generals, we killed the first one. the one in the fort, but there's another general for the other army, the reinforcing army. Alright, here we go.
My lord, cavalry!
So I'm trying to get my Armstrongs to help. They are going fast though, which is really bad. They're going really fast. They are getting close. And they've caught my back line. Man. And I'm doing friendly fire to myself. This was messy. But I do make it through the gap. And then there's revolver cavalry there. And they fire. Yeah. Fucking hell. So they got one volley off. And then I got charged through the front by Yariki. Look at that, they made it all the way through. So I took half my bodyguard, or a third of my bodyguard, and damage. I'm down to just about half. I took a salvo of revolver shots. That's not a great position to hold. I probably should have held the train tracks. I could have maybe taken even less losses if I did that and had the fight go perfectly. But so far that's pretty clean. And there goes the second gunpowder stash. I was kind of annoyed at that engagement there and I just wanted to press ahead. So once again, fire for the gate. And I noticed this unit of garrison infantry creeping into the trees. It's really annoying. That unit is hard to deal with. Yeah, see that? Look at that shit. Look at that little shit. Armstrong's doing well here. Garrison infantry, shogun infantry. So we have a lot of elite infantry in there. And I've got enough firepower to deal with this. Oh yeah. They're already getting stuck. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Make the most of the suppression. Need rate fire. Armstrongs are helping a lot. I'm taking no return fire as of yet. And they're all routed. That was really nice. And of course I've got my ammo right here so I can replenish that if I have to. And they're getting absolutely mowed down. Don't want any friendly fire, so I'm moving them out of the way. And moving all of these out of the way. Armstrongs are not getting good shots because the tower's blocking. But that's alright. So now I'm trying to get around with Imperial infantry and the sharpshooters because they have a shogunate guard infantry that I need to deal with. At the back left. The general. So I'm going to be fast forwarding a little bit here for the rest of the scenario. And I'm going to creep through the trees so we can get in range while being hidden, while I flank with the Imperial infantry. And I'm going to waypoint my way all the way around. Some good artillery fire. Doing some initial damage, which is going to be important. And I need to get these units out of the way, so the Armstrongs are never going to do anything weird. Move all around with waypoints. get everything around. 5 XP Armstrongs, look at that. 600 kills. Dodgy time to shoot. And that destroys the walls. And I see the other section's about to go as well. So we've already done a lot of damage to this unit. And this is a really... oh, that's a bad unit. It's holding the only way in. And there we go, the other section's gone. So it's only got 50 guys left in it. Sharpshooters can deal with 50 guys. So I need to move on to the next unit and see if the sharpshooters can speed this up. So the sharpshooters have to mop up whatever the Armstrongs do with their extra range. Sharpshooters and Armstrongs are how you get walls cleared and follow the samurai. Yep, already done some decent damage to that unit. And we're firing at this Shogunate infantry. Yeah, I thought it was Shogunate guard, it's just Shogunate infantry. Yep, some initial shots going out, doing decent damage. It's funny because you can actually destroy wall sections from behind, even though you're not even firing into the face of the wall. And they just shuffled. So they've retreated to the other side to keep holding that position. But we've got flanking units to deal with that anyway, so it's not... it doesn't work. It just makes it easier for the flanking unit. And this is a problem here, you have line of sight being blocked a lot. What a shot. Right into the war. Alright, they should be firing from a hidden position. Maybe not. Alright, new fires engaged.
We are the Emperor's servants!
Come on, shoot. Yep. Devastating. It's a full unit of Imperial Guard. New firing right into the back of it. No friendly fire risk, really. Should be safe. And the sharpshooters have finally started. So that's that general gone as well. Yeah, they should have a behaviour to charge down sharpshooters if they're getting fired at, but they can't even see them, I suppose. So the only unit they can see at the moment is this unit firing into the back of them. They should be turning around to address that. They are just a sitting duck right now. I can understand if they have sharpshooters firing from a concealed position and they can't even see them and they don't react. Well, they should retreat even if they're just taking damage and they don't know where from or what's doing it. They should retreat. Well, they're gonna know the direction. They'll hear it even if they can't see it, so they should retreat from that direction. That should be how they behave. But as it stands, they're getting fired into from the back here by this unit of Imperial Guards, and they're just doing nothing about it. Alright, so the next thing to do is take this position in the river and start firing up into the remnants of this Imperial Shogunate Guards. And this is a way you can force them to fire. So if you really need shots to be going out and the unit isn't firing, you do that. Fast forward and just click like mad. It forces the shots to happen. Because we're getting partially blocked by the elevation, not allowing line of sight. Oh, what a hit. These shots are devastating. Yep, so that's 2 units here that are dealt with pretty much. Sharpshooters should deal with this one at the front, and then the Armstrongs are going to have that one handled. Just a matter of time. Wavering, so any more hits and it's gone. And also remember, we destroyed the walls with Armstrongs, so those guys were just standing really exposed. Shattered, they went into the fire and burned. Yeah, see that? See how exposed they were because we destroyed the wall? And then we can just bring sharpshooters up and they're all dead. Or they're as good as dead because they just rout. Alright, so we've got a Shogunate Guard, a Shogatai that's left from the start. Then we've got an Imperial... Yeah, Shogunate Guard there. Oh man. Devastating. And the unit's just gone. See that? It's gone. Holy shit, 2 wall sections gone and then the unit's gone. And then I remembered this garrison infantry that's hiding on these trees. So I need to force fire on the ground where I know it's going to be. There we go, see the bodies? Bodies appear when you fire at them and get hits, even though you can't see them. Because of course they are still going to die. Even though you can't see them, you know they're there, so you fire at it. And I'm trying to do a starfish shape now because I want to have shots be attempted as close as possible to that center point. And move out from it. Yep, so I'm just walking the shots over where I want to shoot, and there's enough of a time window that they can actually take the shot if it's viable. So you're just basically combing for viable shot opportunities. And then if any guns in the unit can actually take the shot, they will. So you're giving yourself the most chance possible to get hits. So I've kinda got an idea where the unit is now from the bodies. And also when guys die, men move into where they were. So it makes sense to keep firing at the exact same place. And we did it. Wow. A garrison infantry unit that wasn't even visible, didn't even fire a shot, and it's gone. Alright, so now I'm into the first level of the fort. All that's left is a Shogunate Guard and Shogatai. So I might have to do something similar again to force the shots to happen. So I'm taking a position to the left with the Imperial, the Imperial Guard, and then I'm bringing the sharpshooters forward to try and get in range to start shooting. I could really do with some nice hits though on this, because if the wall section blows out you get like 50 or 60 kills, so I need a couple of those to help. And I panicked here because I didn't know why shooting was happening, then I realised it's behind the camera, and there it is. Tackle Mori. Fire at will was left on, and that's bad because the fort can glitch and you can shoot up through the gates, because the gates don't have hitboxes sometimes from certain angles and some conditions. So I could have friendly fired myself there. Like if my bodyguard was shooting up at the unit, at the men that were running, it could have lined them up with my own men, even though they're up here, and it could have killed them through the floor. I saw that happen with this gate here. Don't know if it would happen with the other one. Didn't want to take the risk though.
All of them.
Yeah, right, we're firing with 1 gun. 2, 3. Alright, 3 guns shooting. It's not that bad. And then my sharpshooters are helping. They're shooting right into the corner. So I need to try and figure out a way to get my guns to shoot. My sharpshooters will deal with most of this if they have to. I've got enough time. I've still got a third of the clock. Because you're in a time constraint, that's why I've been so aggressive. In addition to wanting stuff to keep happening. Yeah, so I now decide I'm not going to just sit with a shit angle when there's only 2 units left. I'm going to try and do better than this. While my sharpshooters do the bulk of the work here. Holding fire just in case. Sharpshooters are doing decent damage from that angle, even though it's not great, into the corner. Yeah, we're doing good damage, that's decent. But there is the issue of the Shogatai. Yeah, they were getting killed. Right, so there's the final placement. That's what I want. 56 guys left. 56. Yep, so those guys on the edges are going to be a pain in the ass. So I should really try and get a direct hit on that. Alright, here we go. We're still doing damage, but remember we're on the innermost level of the fort here, so they're not going to rout. We need to kill them to the last man. And they can do... See the amount of casualties I've taken so far? It's so low that if I was to expose myself here, it would have a non-trivial effect on my final losses if I was to just expose myself to these handful of guys that are holding this last wall against me. So I don't want to do that. Alright, they're moving up to get shot. They're taking the very corner, which means my sharpshooters have a chance again. Oh my god. From 30 down to 6, just like that. And 6 guys is perfect sharpshooter opportunity. I don't even need to keep shooting at that. With Armstrongs. 1 guy left. And that's him. And this is the final unit, isn't it? So now I'm going to burn the gate while the Armstrongs do their business. Right into the war. Plop. Come on. I want a full salvo. Yeah, line of sight's blocked. It's really annoying. Wow. Oh yeah. Alright, I can now get some nice shots here. Let's go. Man, satisfying. Really nice sound effects. It's inexcusable that the Warhammer sound effects were so shit. I said it in the last one as well, but it really is. It's absolutely pathetic how bad it sounds. There's no reason for it to sound that bad. Listen to that. You even hear the after crackle of unburnt gunpowder and shit going on. Like, fuck's sake. Why is Warhammer so shit? Just why? And there it goes, the wall section's gone. Yep, so the gate's burning now. I can now get Takamori up there. 41 guys. There's the gate. Plop. That is Shogatai though. Yeah, here they come. Down to 32. Alright, let's see how Takamori does. Ah, too close.
Fall back!
Lost 2 guys. Oh, direct hit. Nearly.
At the double!
Just barely behind. That would have been so good. Ah. Wiped out. But there are still 1 guy. One guy. Look at him going. He's gonna do it all himself. Oh man, so close. Oh my god, he's dodging death. And did something just get flung up into the air? Look at him turn around. He's got an idea. Change his mind. What's he gonna do it? The cannons or the guns? Or the revolvers, I should say. Oh man, he's really fucking demoralized. He keeps doing a 360.
The defenders flee!
Oh my
Castle
god.
is ours! For the Emperor!
Destroy the Tenshu, why not? Yep, so that was it.
From a ship in Osaka Bay, Tokugawa Yoshinobu watches his castle burn. He has now been driven from the southern half of a country he supposedly rules. Through courageous leadership in battle, Saigo Takamori has tipped the balance of power in Japan.
Look at all that stuff I've still
His
got.
samurai followers see him as a hero, and his achievements are celebrated throughout the land.
Look at everything burnt. Look at that. Everything is burning. Heroic victory. Of course. Took basically no losses. Could have had even less. That's what's amazing. Half of our losses came in that cavalry charge. Fucking hell. Also, we'll get the cutscene for the the debrief, I should say. So, you have a briefing for each scenario. 1 hour, 4 minutes. Look at that KD though. We killed nearly 5,000, only lost 100. That's a KD of nearly 40. Kihitai, Imperial Infantry and Kihitai and Sharpshooters. Look at all the units they have that did no damage. Zero kills. 17 kills for that army. 80 for the other army. That is 23 friendly fire kills. 20% of our losses were friendly fire. Yeah, that does it.
Following the destruction of Osaka Castle, Shogun Tokugawa Yoshinobu returns to Edo by sea. His army is smashed. Japan is in turmoil. Support for the shogunate in central and southern Japan has collapsed. Clans flock to the emperor's banner. Imperial forces march across central Japan, facing only token resistance. Tokugawa Yoshinobu, with insufficient manpower to defend Edo, surrenders the city and his position. Some loyalist shogunate troops, however, refuse to surrender. At Ueno near Edo, a loyalist army digs in. They must be removed.
Yeah, this one's interesting. But that's it. The last debrief was missed because it bugged out. But that's it. Thanks for watching. 40 KD. If you like my work and want to support me, then I have a Patreon page. I try to give out perks, which includes monthly updates and a patron-only Discord. Special thanks to Matteo Olivetti, Nerdington Paints, SJ Mage, Bador Nasser, and Desync was here.